My dad was a football coach, so I was around football all the time. My mom worked at Emerald. At first, I was so crushed, and I put my identity in that. And I had to remind myself, I'm so much more than a football player, and I'm not going to put my identity in that. I've been loved by God, and that's what brings me peace and hope and joy, and that's how I can go out and freely. We are a team that's together. We are firing on all cylinders. I really just want, what my career here or anything to have meant. Just that he loved people.
Welcome back to the Alpha Podcast, man. We're here with John Dill, man. We're excited to have him back on here. He was just here for the week of Alpha, man. We're pumped up to have you back, man, and excited about what we got going forward. I'm Nate Garner. I'm the head football coach here at North Greenville University.
Jim Padgett, over marketing and social media for football.
There you go. You are?
I'm John Dill.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's your deal, John Dill?
Oh, that's a classic right there.
Gotta love it, man. All right, hey, so let's take us back to the beginning, man. Greenwood, South Carolina, Emerald High School. Been playing football, like you said, since first grade. What did growing up in Greenwood look like? What got a kid that age fired up about football?
Yeah, so like I said, I grew up in Greenwood, South Carolina, went to Emerald High School. And, my dad was a football coach, so I was around football all the time. My mom worked at Emerald, and so, we were always around high school football. My brother played football. He actually played football at Auburn, so got to play with him 1 year. My freshman year was his senior year, so.
Awesome.
But yeah, so just grew up loving football. Greenwood's it's a good place. It's where our family is called home, and love it there. But yeah, like I said, grew up around football, grew up around Emerald football, and it's kind of where my love for football came from.
Awesome.
I spent many summers in Greenwood growing up. Just have a house on the lake.
Oh yeah, Lake Greenwood.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Over by Moons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So your dad was a coach. What was it like growing up with him being a coach as your dad? Like teaching you about the game and stuff. How was that?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I would always see him. There were times where he was head coach at different schools. He was OC at different schools, DC at different schools, and like what we talked about on the last episode, he was a fierce competitor, but more importantly, he loved Jesus, and he let that shine through what he did. But always around football. He would teach us about football. I remember him teaching us what a 3 technique is. I mean, when I was in like second grade and stuff like that. So stuff like that, which is pretty cool. That you just get an interesting perspective. Me and my brother really learned so much from him. Even in my high school years, he coached me and worked with me on when I was going to camps too, working on 40 stuff, working on form, working on technique. He played offensive line in college, so he really showed me technique with football and offensive line specifically and stuff like that. So it was awesome having him there to just teach me so much. I learned so much from him about the game and how to glorify the Lord while also being a strong competitor.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man. All right, so take us off the field, outside of your helmet a little bit. Play guitar, you read, you love hanging with family. Who are you when you're not in pads? Who are you going to be when you're not with pads on anymore?
Yeah, right. I'm already out of that now. I really tried to make it a point like, okay, I love football, but I am not just a football player. I'm John. I'm a person who loves to, like I said, hang out with friends, hang out with family. I do like playing some guitar. But
what kind of guitar you have?
I have an Orangewood guitar.
Okay.
One of those affordable ones. Hopefully, I'm trying to get a Taylor later,
Ooh.
but that's big money. So,
nice.
Yeah, no doubt. So, but yeah, like I said, I love to read a good book. just hanging out, love watching sports and things like that. And yeah, like I said.
Favorite book you read most recently?
Ooh, favorite book I've read most recently. Well, a lot of it is for my schoolwork right now. Christian studies. One that I'm going through right now is called Disciplines of a Godly Man,
Okay.
and it's a really good one. Just to what it looks like to be a man of God in this world, in this contemporary world. What that looks like. There's a lot of confusion in our culture. What that looks like, and I think it's really helped me. Like, okay, this is what, as a man of God, this is how it should look. So it was really, really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to get into your sophomore year here. You weren't playing well and you got benched. You told us it crushed you. Walk us through that.
Yeah. So my sophomore year here, I just wasn't playing like I should have been, and really just wasn't. I was playing center at the time, and just struggling being, calling everything out, the job that center takes, and with strength and everything too, still coming all, like sophomore year, and genuinely, I don't think I was ready to play, just physical wise, mental wise, but I played for the first part of the season, and then they just ended up getting benched, and I think it was the right decision. But you know what? At first, I was so crushed, and I put my identity in that, and pretty soon after, I had to remind myself, like, no, that I'm so much more than a football player, and I'm not going to put my identity in that. I'm going to put my identity in the Lord, and that's what brought me so much joy from that. Look, no matter what happens on the football field, how I perform or whatever, that I've been loved by God, and that's what brings me peace and hope and joy, and that's how I can go out and freely, and later on junior year, and into senior year when I really felt like I got better, like reminding myself, no matter what happens, I'm not going to put my identity in this, and that lets me go out and play freely. As before, I was struggling playing free because I was making football my identity and who I was. So yeah, that's kind of how I went through that, reminding myself that my identity is not in football; it's in being a follower of Christ, and that's what helped me through that.
So was that a slow realization, or is that something that took some that hit you all at once? Right, it just came on right when you got benched, or was it something that you just kind of had to identify over those next days, weeks, whatever it was?
Yeah, it took a few weeks, honestly. After it, there were a few weeks where it was pretty tough, kind of processing through it, and it's like, man, this is tough. But still, I mean, so it took a few weeks, and it took a few moments of God being like, "What are you doing, John?" Like acting like an idiot. So and realizing, like, okay, it took a while, but still, that later that sophomore year is when I came to that realization, that no matter what happens, the Lord is good, and I can go out and play freely for Him, and that's what helped me my junior and senior year too. So,
Okay.
Oh. So let's get into last season, senior year. New head coach, new offense, new teammates, pretty much knew everything. You told us this team showed you the importance of perseverance through change. Take us into the early days when it was all new and you didn't know. I mean, you didn't know coaching staff. You didn't know how it was going to go.
yeah, it was tough. Kind of just when I'm a creature of habit, and it was 3 years. It was familiar, and a lot of new things came in, and and there was a time where I didn't even know who our offensive line coach was going to be, and so many moving parts, and I was like, well, what is happening? And a lot of new guys coming in. I mean, from fall camp last year, A lot of new guys came in, which I'm so glad that they did.
Oh, yeah.
It made us a lot better. And but it took a while, and I remember even at the very beginning of the season, that Delta State week, like we were not a close football team because we had so many new guys. We had, like I said, had a whole new offense. We'd come in from the spring having the same offense, but overall, whole new offense, whole new terminology, everything. Um, it's tough to get accustomed to that, and like I said, at the very beginning of the year, I didn't feel close to a lot of my teammates that I should know, and a lot of guys that I should know, that I just didn't. And so it took a while for me to say, I'm gonna keep going. This is different, but it's good. It's different than what I'm used to, but I'm gonna embrace this and make the most of it and have fun. And man, we had an awesome result. And I think it's one thing on the field, but it made a big deal. It made a big difference about connecting with the guys. And as the season went on, I just feel like we just got closer as a team. Got to know so many other guys, and like I said, at the very beginning, we were very separated. These people are from XYZ school, and these are the guys who've stayed here, and a lot of just division. And pretty soon after, that Delta State game was a wake up call, and pretty soon after that, showed us like, hey, we need to come together, and we did, and we saw the result of what happened against Pembroke. But yeah, so it really taught me to persevere and have fun with it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes going through a little adversity will make you grow closer to the guys around you you're going through it with.
No doubt.
So when did it click for you specifically? I know you said it kind of clicked a little bit later for the team, but when did it click for you that, hey, this season's different, locker room's different, we're finally coming together, finally developing as a team? When did that click?
Yeah, I can't exactly pinpoint the week, but it was pretty soon after that Barton game, I would say, which even the Barton game, I don't feel like we played the most together. And pretty soon, we just kept, working on it. But, pretty soon after that, myself, I was like, okay, I feel like we're going somewhere. I feel like we're getting closer. Like it feels different than what it did in fall camp and Delta State and things like that. And it just kept growing. And that's when I kind of realized it was, I can't exactly pinpoint the week, but pretty soon after the Barton game, I was like, all right, we're getting closer. And we just kept getting closer every week. And man, I know, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but that conference championship game and the first time we beat Pembroke was really cool and showed us like, hey, we are a team that's together. We are firing on all cylinders. So, like I said, pretty soon after that Barton game, I can't really pinpoint, but knew we were heading in the right direction around there.
Awesome.
So let's jump into the conference championship game. Beating Pembroke for the second time to win the championship. You told us you'll never forget that game. Take us into it, the week of preparation and the game itself.
Yeah, I was actually talking with Coach Garner about this yesterday, because he was like, what made the second game different from the first game, and it just felt like, okay, the second game, just the stakes of it, okay, this is the conference championship, and this is a really good team we're playing. We played them the first time, and it's a really good team, and a lot of just a lot of noise happening on the outside. And that's when I felt we were so together, was when we heard all the noise from the outside, from wherever. And we said, only thing that matters is the guys in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that matters. And we're going to go out there, and who cares what other people think? We know what we got, and we're going to get after it. In that second game, I just felt like we solidified it. Like, we've done it once, we can do it again. And, it was just such an awesome feeling after, just being with the guys and, having the t-shirts on and everything. And man, like this is special. So, It was a special season.
It was an awesome season, man.
I think one of the things that made those games really special was first time played them, they were the ranked team, not supposed to beat them,
Mm-hmm.
and then beat them, and then turn around second time play them, still having them as the favorite to win. Like it was a thing of, I beat them once 2 weeks ago,
Right.
do it again.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
And
tough to beat someone twice. That was the
It is tough to beat someone twice.
that was my message the whole week going into it. It was like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
it's tough to beat someone twice. Y'all got to go into this, be the most prepared you've been all season, and grind, man. So, hey, us winning that game that got us into the playoffs, right? What was that like? That was your last year playing football, making the playoffs. Tell me about that experience. I know it didn't turn out like we wanted, but how was the experience of making the playoffs?
Oh, it was awesome. Like I said, my first time ever making the playoffs and last time, but it was special just being there with the guys, even leading up to it, even before the game, and that's something I'll never forget. Is just the away games in general, just getting to spend time with the guys on the bus and the hotel and everything. But that game, that playoff game in specific, just saying like, hey, we're not going anywhere. Playing in the playoffs, and you know, we hung with them for a while. Just a few things just didn't go our way, um, and it was different too, knowing that it was my last game. So that was pretty emotional.
Mhm.
Even beginning of the game, just with the guys, and the guys knew it was my last game too, and that part was emotional, bittersweet. Like obviously, man, I'm done playing football. But I ended out, we won the conference, went to the playoffs. I mean, what an awesome season to finish out on. So yeah, it was such an awesome experience being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So you earned first team all conference last season. You also earned the CC Elite 26 academic award. The second one matters too. You weren't just dominating on the field, but also in the classroom. Um, talk about both. What did each of those mean to you?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I got either one of those, but I guess it happened. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I was pretty shocked when I found out both of them, and it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. So, just I've loved just getting to work with the guys and getting to be able to pour into them, and and the award of it was cool. But what meant more was just being with the guys and being able to invest in them and stuff. And yeah, it was a special time. It was pretty neat. So yeah.
Awesome. So you told us NGU has shaped your faith more than you can put into words, right? Staff, professors, Coach Farrington, the former head coach here. Walk us through what that community has meant to you.
Yeah, the NGU community is so special. I felt it right when I walked on campus here in high school. I felt the love that's here. The people are what make a difference here, and Christ makes a difference. That's the same. But the people too are so special, and the professors. I'll have just professors text me and be like, "Hey, I'm praying for you. Like I'm thinking about you." You don't get that in most places. Um, Coaches. Coach Farrington and you too, Coach. Like being able to form me as as a man of God, not just as a football player. When in this culture, this football culture, it's so business oriented. Football, 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 and yes, we're gonna like y'all have coached us hard, but what meant more was as a person. You know, Coach Farrington would always say it like I don't care what you do on the field. I care about you as a person. And I felt that from you too, Coach. And just being able to see that it's not like every other place. It's a special place, and the people are special here. So I've loved my 4 years here. met some of my best friends here, and God has really used this place to grow me. Mm-hmm.
So you mentioned in the earlier episode about the Friday night Bible studies. You said that was really impactful on your time here. Just break into that a little bit.
Yeah. So, I came in as a freshman. The Bible study had been going for a while. A lot of former players led it, and I came in as a freshman, and a guy by the name of Josiah Howard was leading it. He's actually doing Furman FCA, so
Okay.
working for him right now.
Awesome.
But I played with him, and he was the way he just was so passionate about talking about Jesus, and the Bible study, and just a time where it's not one person just talking, lecturing you about the Bible, but like being able to see everyone interact. So that time is a time where the guys are talking, um, and then after that, the 3 years later, I've been able to lead, but really I don't lead. I just ask questions, and those guys do all the talking, which has been really cool. Um, you know, guys like RJ and uh, Isaac and Mancini and all them, like you know, they're the ones talking. I'm just, where it's a discussion. So I think that is what's like impacted me a lot, like seeing them do that, and just it has really had a special impact on me for my 4 years.
All right, so you told us the team showed you something that a lot of Christians get wrong, and this is honestly a goal of our athletic department. Part of the reason why I'm here is that being a believer and a fierce competitor are not opposites. So they go together. How did this team and how did this program here teach you that?
Yeah, this team and program taught me just that it doesn't matter. You can be a fierce competitor and do it for the name of Jesus. And right from when I got here, Coach Farrington preached that, and then after he left, I know you did. I know Coach Lowry preaches it all the time too. Like, and that is what should actually inform us. I mean, like having that Christian worldview, like having that relationship with the Lord, is actually what should push us to be excellent on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not mutually exclusive; like they go together. Um, and that NGU showed me that, like, and we saw it, like, won the conference. You know, all these things, uh, be able to do that, while also being a Christian, unapologetically Christian school. Um, the two go together, and you can. So there are a lot of people that say, like, he's just a Christian, like he's not gonna, he's super whatever. And I was never much into trash talk. I was, but just kind of, I tried to let my, the way I played, do it in a way that glorified God. And NGU has really showed me that, the importance of that.
So you say that you've been called into the ministry. I want to hit on two parts. Where in the ministry do you want to go after this, and also when did you know that you were called into it?
Yeah. So, like I said, right now, pretty soon after this, I'll be doing a 2-year college ministry internship, and after that, I'll go to seminary. The plan is to either be a pastor or a chaplain. I have a lot of just passion about maybe chaplaincy and the importance of chaplains, sports chaplains, or wherever. But yeah, so that's the plan right now. I kind of got to that realization maybe junior year of high school. Like I said, I kind of started growing, really made my relationship with the Lord my own my sophomore year. And the Lord just you know, kept showing me and growing me. And that junior year was around the time where, like, I would love to go into the ministry. So, going in, and then high school, uh, senior being recruited here, and then Christian Studies program here is awesome. So, it just felt like the perfect place to be able to do that. So
God kind of set you on a path and
No
kept
doubt.
you on it, man.
no
Yeah.
doubt, no doubt.
Go through the doors He keeps opening, right?
That's
It's
right.
amazing.
That's
So
right.
you've told us you're passionate about the need for athletic ministry, right? And team chaplains, like you just said. So why is that? What's missing in the world of sports that you want to be a part of building? What do you think you're gonna help grow as you go into that?
Yeah, I think chaplains are so important, especially on teams. They need somebody who's with them, not just like they'll show up to give a message or something, but they need somebody who's with them daily that they can go to and talk about and have questions and things like that. And so I love I think the importance of chaplains in general, just going out in these places that is not the church, the conventional church where you're pastoring a church, but going into these places that um, need Jesus. I mean, everywhere needs Jesus, and football is a great way to spread that. So, yeah, I definitely think chaplains are so important on football teams.
All teams, really. I
Yeah.
mean, we had an athletic chaplain at our high school, and it opened the door for a lot of young people to hear stuff they wouldn't hear, even at home.
Mm-hmm.
Giving people the opportunity is really good.
Definitely.
Looking back on 4 years at North Greenville, the championship, the awards, the brotherhood, the faith community, if you could go back and tell your freshman self one thing about what was coming, what would you say?
Wow, that's a great question. I would just say, enjoy this. Enjoy this time with the guys out there. Enjoy this time because it's my senior year. I'm about to graduate, and it went by so fast. So, if I were to go back and tell my freshman self something, enjoy this time. Make the most of it. Make great memories, do it all for God's glory, but make an impact on people, love people well, and yeah, just enjoy it.
So when you're 50, looking back on your time here as a football player, as a student, as John Deal, what do you want it to have meant?
I really just want what my career here or anything to have meant. Just that he loved people. He loved people well. He tried to make an impact. He tried to invest in people, and that's what I want to be remembered by. And that hey, I did this. Like I want to be able to say, I didn't do everything right. Far from it, and the Lord is kind with that. But I tried to make an impact, and that's yeah.
You definitely made an impact here. I guarantee you that. You made an impact on me. I know you made an impact on this team, man. I appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
All right,
Yeah.
so I know we're starting to run out of time. I want to jump into rapid fire.
All right.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Garner will ask a couple.
Yep. First thing that comes to your head.
No
First.
thoughts, just first thing that comes off your head. You ready?
All right.
All right, let's go with your favorite book of the Bible.
Favorite book of the Bible, I would say, is probably Romans.
Okay.
Pre-game hype song.
Ooh, now I like some rock. So something from Metallica, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, anything from Metallica.
Fair enough.
Best meal you've ever had.
Oof. Tell you what, I love good steak. Like a big old steak.
All
Rare too. Gotta have
Yeah,
a rare. No
gotta
doubt.
have rare.
No
You got
doubt.
that right. All right. Pancake block or nasty pool where you just trap them, catch them off guard?
I love a pancake block, but I'd have to go with the pool.
Yeah.
I love pooling. That was my favorite thing to do, and I had fun with it. So I definitely say pooling.
Oh yeah.
One person from history you want to sit down with for an hour,
Oh wow.
living or dead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess Jesus is the one, but you know, maybe other than that, you know, yeah, let's just go Jesus. I don't
There
know.
you go.
I couldn't really think of anything else, so that's
For-
the Sunday school answer.
There you go.
That's,
Hey, that's a safe answer. There you
that's
go.
Yeah.
the safe answer.
Hey,
That's right.
All right. First song you learned on guitar.
First song I ever learned on the guitar was it's called "You and Me" from Lifehouse. It's like an early 2000s song, but yeah.
Awesome.
Coach Garner in 3 words.
Ooh, nice. Intense, fun, and loving.
Awesome. Best pregame meal from last season.
I'll tell you what, the guys give me crap, but I love that Golden Corral. I mean, every time, that's the best. I mean, I just go to town on the Golden Corral.
Yeah.
So.
Would you get like 4 or 5 plates every time?
Oh yeah, every
Mhm.
time, especially when they have steak when it's supper time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's the best.
Hey, everybody hates old Golden Corral,
I don't know
but
why. It's good
I
stuff.
like it. It just got a little expensive.
Yeah,
what it
they're
is.
upping their prices lately.
All right,
Mm.
funniest guy in the locker room last year.
Oh, funniest guy in the locker room. Wow, that's a question right there. I'd have to say probably Isaac Hawkins, Hawkeye. He's funny. So yeah.
One thing you're gonna miss most about playing the game.
Ooh, I'd just say being with the guys. I'll miss that, the relationships you built there, and obviously the physical part of it, and being out on game day and stuff. But honestly, just being with the guys.
All right, last one and we'll wrap it up. What's the first thing you'd say to a freshman walking into the locker room for the first time?
I would say just kind of like what I said to myself: enjoy this, but also work hard. This is a privilege to be able to be here, and a lot of people would love to be in this position. And a lot of times, I know I took it for granted. So enjoy it, make the most of it, and work hard.
Listen, we really appreciate you coming out, sitting with us, going through some of this stuff, going through your story.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see what you become in your future, John. I'm excited about what the future holds for you and where God's going to take you, man. I'm very, very blessed to have been able to coach you and just really looking forward to where you go, man. And you got to stay in touch with me and keep me posted on what you're doing in life, man. I'm really looking forward to that.
Of course. Appreciate you, Coach. No doubt.
Yeah.
Future chaplain.
Yeah, hey, there we
That'd
go.
be cool.
That might work out.
That'd be cool.
But, hey, thanks for being here, John. Appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. Hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe and tune in next Thursday night, midnight. We'll have another episode for you.
All right. Thank you.